Central risk of loss is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. Good morning. All right, so we got ADP today. I'm just gonna, so we're gonna grab the links here first. Derivatives trading involves substantial blah. Why won't it let me close that window? Okay. That one. Okay. Oh no, I didn't like that. Okay. There's one. All right, and there's that. So yesterday we had a pretty wild day. Crazy volume. I don't think I've ever seen it that wild. Still getting some data loading here. But basically what happened is in Treasuries we moved way up, and then we almost got to 120 27 I think was up. We were like up here, and then we came all the way back down. I did okay. We are getting some buy-in there. So they're still doing it, huh? So we'll see what happens here. You can see we got this huge wick in the E-mini. Jeez. Yeah, that E-mini one is still loading, but you can see the huge spike. So yeah. But we got ADP. The spread is flattening back out, which I don't like, but what are you gonna do? You know, we've been at these levels for a long time, so we were at them for a long time this year, so yeah.
Block buy.
That's how that goes. It looks like that buyer is still there. Super interesting. And Bitcoin, they had a pretty good route last night. I put in my notes that if they filled that level, that they could go lower, and of course they did. 33, 35 last night. Really don't see anything to stop it. So we just keep going. Liquidity is pulled, so we have ADP coming here. So I have a few bites of food to eat. I don't know if I'm actually gonna take any trades. I'm not feeling 100%. It's many interruptions last night, so we'll see what happens. And talks. Yeah, Donald Trump was tweeting a lot this morning. I am going to guess that the ADP number is bad, but it may be baked in. We'll see. All right.
But remains strong at 215, be in line with other surveys. They believe wages have scope for a strong 0.3% print given the reference week and Amazon wage hikes. OPEC proposal have not yet agreed. Right, non-farm payrolls then, US non-farm payrolls, it's seen at 200,000 versus 250,000, the range 140 to 240. We're looking at average earnings at point 0.3 from point 0.2. We're expecting to see unemployment rate on hold at 3.7%. We're looking at private payrolls at 200,000 versus 246 last month. Manufacturing payrolls in at 20,000 versus 32,000 last month. Average work week hours in at 34.5, which would be unchanged. Average earnings year over year seen at 3.1%, also unchanged. Labour force participation last month came in at 62.9%, no forecast. U6 underemployment seen at 7.4% last month, no forecast. Canadian employment change seen at up 11,000 from 11,200 previously, range minus 1,800 to a positive 25,000. Unemployment rate seen at 5.8%. That would keep it unchanged from last. Amma Bakir says there is a deal, but no final number yet. Minute away. 10 seconds. 155,000, 155 revision, 237,000 down from 250,000 last time round. Unemployment rate comes in at 3.7%. Average earnings at 0.2, revised down 0.1 from 0.2 monthly. Year over
Well,
year,
so that's definitely
3.1%. Average
bad.
work week hours at 34.4. Labour force participation 62.9% unchanged. 7.6% for underemployment U6
I
to
don't want to chase it,
7.4.
so...
Canada employment change at
Oh, man.
94,100
Look at
gain.
that.
5.6% the unemployment rate, down from 5.8. Full-time employment adds 89,900.
Block
Part-time
cell.
employment 4,100. Go back to US non-farm payrolls, 155,000 then. Miss against 200,000 versus 237,000 revised down from 250,000. Private payrolls 161,000 from 251,000 revised from 246. Manufacturing payrolls at 27,000 versus 26,000. Government payrolls fell by 6,000 after falling 14,000 in a revision from a gain of 4,000. We say average earnings then 0.2 from 0.1,
Block
revised from
by.
0.2. So improvement,
That's
but
why I
down
don't want to
from
chase it.
revised 0.1.
May have been her spot. Let's just watch.
Two-month payroll revisions are minus 12,000. There's talk on social media that Iran have agreed to join the deal. It's Amina Bakker, who's quite reliable on the energy front.
He's talking about the oil deal to
Obviously,
cut
dollar not
output.
feeling the love on that number now. Continues to see new lows against the likes of the euro, dollar yen back to flat, and gold seeing some good 0.5% gains.
Yeah, euro in
Got
particular
flatter
really moving up.
2s10s curve in the US now.
Yeah, so because I'm just not feeling. I mean, at the moment, I feel great, but I know, like, I didn't get a whole ton of sleep, and I'm going to be more impulsive today. This doesn't mean that I can't take a trade, but I think that I really need to see something that really matches what I'm looking for. At the moment, it really looks like it could be positive around here. Where was our block order? 14.5. We're below that. I don't know. It's the price action's kind of got some problems to it, doesn't it? Price action's not exactly doing what I would have thought. Here at 13. That's weak and it's not putting up. Not. It was a little bizarre. It maybe could go a little bit lower, maybe back to 10.5.
The delegate says Iran will be exempt from making OPEC production cuts.
Hmm.
Okay, so Wires putting out that Iran will be exempt from making OPEC production cuts.
So it was 1.55 versus 198, and hourly earnings was 0.2 versus 0.3. Okay, 115 is okay. Bid's just not very strong, is it? I should have waited. Well, I like that uptick.
Block sell.
Hmm.
The OPEC meeting comes to an end there with an agreement of 1.2 million
Why
barrels
did
a
he
day.
sell that?
OPEC plus cut. It's 800,000 by 400,000.
Very curious action there that they tried to sell it at 11.5. The E-mini is actually going up. Treasury or Euro is retracing. Came back fast. Okay. Well, not a strong bid though.
Block sell.
Hmm. Sucks.
The critical news here. You've got Trump says Giuliani is working on a counter to Mueller report. Correctly reported that Rudy Giuliani will not be doing a counter to Mueller report. Again, that's fake news. Already 87 pages done, but obviously cannot complete until we see final witch hunt report.
Block buy.
Shit.
Block sell.
Well, there's nothing you can do about that one.
Block sell.
I haven't seen the length of this, whether it's 3 months or 6 months. This production cut.
Do not listen to the dark voice of power.
So again, more Iran will be exempted, but how? Still unclear and is set to be discussed, says a delegate.
Block buy.
UK government says border delays will be up to had this earlier, about 6 weeks.
Hmm.
OPEC Plus still need to meet and decide on the timing of the cuts.
Well, this block buy order is not working out so well for me, is it? Man, I just took the full spot 3 times. I still think that a buy is going to come in here. I
Russia
just not.
agrees to OPEC's oil cut proposals. Delegate.
It was big. It was a big order too. I just don't.
Where you got comments from the Ways and Means Chairman Kevin Brady saying that today's jobs report is a solid report as we head into the holiday season, highlighting a year of growth for our country.
Uh, oh, for Canada, yeah, it was. 119.30. Hmm. How do you get that? Where do you come into those determinations? Okay, that one never filled.
Agrees to review production cuts in April. So again, OPEC agrees to review production cuts in April. Says OPEC Plus to use October oil output as cut deal baseline.
Okay. I honestly don't believe you. We'll see what happens. I'm not. Why would we? Why would they take it down all the way down there? Unless they were really, really planning on buying the E-mini, I guess. I mean, I guess we did react quite strongly going down when the E-mini started moving up. But I don't understand why the E-mini is moving up. That seems kind of weird to me. Because the jobs report was not good. But like I said, maybe already baked in. Kind of looks like it was that was exactly the case. So yeah, I don't know. If you're telling me that based off of some big order that somebody else that you expect somebody else to be doing, don't tell me. It's like seriously, don't tell me. Just say, there's this going on in the order flow. You should pay attention to that. You know. So it seems to be fall. It seems to fall down a lot faster, doesn't it? Even though the flow is mostly buying, and even on the bid, it kind of looks well. To my eyes, it looks like it's mostly buying, but then when you look at the indicators, it says that it's still red. And that second order had gotten filled, then I would be back to break even.
OPEC source here again says Russia will need to cut around 230,000 barrels a day under the deal.
But I still don't believe you. But if you're serious, seriously, don't do it because like it doesn't benefit anybody. You know what I mean? I mean it's funny, but it doesn't. I mean it doesn't benefit me because I need to be able to read the order flow. So I would rather get suggestions about observations you're seeing in the order flow that I'm missing that are important or something like that. You know what I mean?
Worth noting, today's jobs report has put average monthly increase in job creation at 170,000 last 3 months.
Block by.
OPEC Plus meeting about to start now, says OPEC source. So Iran is exempt from. This is Ghana now, so we know that now is that Iran is exempt cutting oil production. Iraqi oil minister says OPEC agreed cut of 800,000. So I'll try not to repeat comments from each and every delegate.
See this? This is just. I'm not gonna say it's bad trading, but it's not good trading.
So October will be the baseline for the cuts, except for Kuwait, says the Iraqi oil minister.
Why is that one? Was there an order that I had left on the DOM that I forgot about?
Iran oil minister says he's happy with the OPEC decision.
Okay. So that.
Block by. Block by.
See, that's why normally I listen to it. Although I'm not seeing the absorption on the bid. Look what happened 2 minutes before the open. So like at 6:18? Yeah.
Huawei is set to prepare a $2.6 billion cybersecurity overhaul. It will present overhaul to the UK officials in coming days. This software revamp meant to calm security fears. This obviously is one and the same but separate from the ongoing situation. But you got Huawei set to prepare a $2.6 billion cybersecurity overhaul. For this is the benefit of the UK officials in coming days.
I mean, I see that it was volatile. I don't have the order flow necessarily from that time period 2 minutes before the open. A lot of fishy stuff going on over there, though. Yeah, I mean, they like to buy that. I just, I don't know. 11 half, at 11 and 11 half, and we're below those two prices. Seems like somebody is buying it, but he's being fought hard. So the issue I'm having right now is that the price action is really not saying that it's going to go higher. It's not saying that it can't go higher or that it's going to go low. It looks really balanced right here, and that makes it a potential pivot. Now the at least in ZN and ZF, it's not exactly giving me like red. Okay. Well, I really think that in order to see me go like really long. Okay, so there was 4K orders in the range of 120,080. 120,080. Yes, I see that. Right there. It was actually significant delta buying right there. Hmm.
The nephew rises 4%. Trading site Deutsche Bank rating upgrade.
Yeah, when you put that in context, I see what you're saying now. That's a really good point. That buy before the market in terms of the impact on the market was bigger than almost all of the stuff that we've seen since. I mean, there's some cells that cumulatively end up being greater, but none of them are actually as big as this one. This one is like 500, and this one is like 400. They're close, I guess. Hmm. I mean, not only Are we not seeing
OPEC Plus has brought greater balance to the market.
not only are we not really seeing buying here,
The OPEC committee.
it's just kind of flat. But when you look at like the overall delta from the news, we're negative. This is kind of weird. Five-year in particular is negative.
OPEC Plus will discuss how to address market volatility. Mazrui. Will not be drawn into political discussions when discussing operations in OPEC. Mazrui.
I find it really interesting that we had all of that back and forth at between 14.5 and 14 quarter. Good morning, Ace Trades. And you got like this. It's weird. Let's see, like so 11.5 is like the top of the range. It looks really weak and it's pulled. And nothing's trading it. I don't know if that's actually going to get filled. Okay. So it took 11.44 to clear it. The 12 is pulling.
Mazrui finishes his opening remarks now, and I think the closed meeting will about to begin. Russian Oil Minister Novak set to speak now.
So now they're doing the same thing. It's like 12 is weak. Barely anybody's buying it. Okay, 1300 bought it, but it didn't clear. 1800 to clear it. Didn't hold it. Okay, that time they cleared in, they put a little bit bigger of a bid on it. I guess not. I guess I'm wrong. Okay.
Oh, we won't be getting a list of each nation's output quota delegates. There will not be a list published.
I don't know if that one was really worth the shot that I gave it.
But future cooperation within the format of OPEC and non-OPEC is to be considered, says Novak. EU agrees its tariff rate quotas for WTO post-Brexit.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah, I like that. Mm, I don't like that. Mm, okay,
Like
that's a little
to
better.
Merkel, Cramp, AKK, should we say, Cramp Karrenbauer, says that car makers should fund diesel fixes. OPEC Plus cooperation is as strong as ever, says Russia's Novak, finishes his opening remarks.
Mm. Well, so far it looks like my reading that spot is right. It was quite nice. It's a little rangy around here, though. Could still go up.
Reuters deal is for 3% oil cut from all except Iran, Venezuela, Libya.
3%. Wow. That's a lot, right? Hmm. So there's some buyer absorption there at 12.5, but the seller still pushed it down. Yeah, still a lot at 12. What was that? 145. It was 14 half, 14 quarter area in the 5 year that we saw stuff before, right? But just ranging just below our entry price, I think is good. I don't know, guys. Just awfully quiet. Ace Trades is going short. I'm really unsure about the E-mini. I mean, we had a move down in the overnight session, and we're right about where we closed yesterday. And, you know, we did have bad news. The E-mini was still able to move up. But it seems that there's some really wild connections with the currencies that are making this really volatile. Like, because countries are taking cutting off the money, it's causing their currencies to move all over the place, and that's causing some whipsawing in the markets. He already doesn't like it, huh? I mean, they could totally buy this. When the E-mini moved, took a step up to where it is now, the treasuries really sold. They really sold the treasuries. The support doesn't look terribly strong either. Okay. Hitting a decent iceberg at 12. Okay. A little curious how it did that high wrong. How goes it? Well, I don't have my positions up right. I had like 3 really bad trades in a row, and then I had a really good one. And I had a bad one, and now I've got another good one. So like, it's a little wild and random trading. They're doing a lot of fishy business, especially when they were going down towards the bottom. So I think I really, and there's another one. By the way, I don't really want. I really feel that. Hmm, I don't know. So we have a big move, and we come up. Um, well, sorry, we had a big move and went up. It came down. Like it went way down. It went down further than the news price, which is not necessarily unusual, but like usually it's really big news, and it happens a lot faster when it does something like that. So then we come back up. This move back up has been very weak.
Block sell. Block buy.
This move up has been very weak. Well, now and I don't know, guys. So I sold it there at 13, and it's just kind of been a slow move down, and now that we're back to 15, they are fighting over it again. So I think that my read there at 13 was right. There was somebody that was that price was not sustainable, and the seller's going to come back in, and he appears to be pretty aggressive too. Both of these guys were willing to trade a lot of contracts. I mean, 19,000 at 11.5 is a lot of contracts. They are trying to build up here.
8.5 to the cash equity open here.
But the thing that's really interesting is that
Reminder that we have away CFO due to hearing court Canada.
but the thing that I find really interesting is I'm still not yet seeing red over here. This area. See that? It's not really red. It's actually slightly blue.
Confused now. I think it was 3% for each member. OPEC set to cut 2.5 level.
So now the 5-year is offer 14 quarter, which was where we had some holding it in the 5-year before, and then now they took 14 pretty aggressively. Iceberg there, but they're able to offer it. Okay, so there's some buying in the E-mini on the open. Quite strong there. And then selling.
Drug makers stateside now. House set to vote on measure punishing drug makers gaming Medicaid. The House to vote next week on drug pricing bill.
Drunk pricing bill. You mean drug pricing bill? So this was where the previous
And just some central bank news.
buy stalled out.
And Rimsavic's Stitch get EU court non-binding opinion on December the 19th. ECB Rimsavic non-binding opinion.
Yeah.
US Attorney General. This was all leaked yesterday. President Trump to nominate to form bar again.
That's kind of interesting that's who he's choosing. But I guess there was no chance that the interim guy was gonna get confirmed and stay in. So probably good thing. Okay, so price action looks good, but they're not like busting out the top yet. And treasuries are really falling. It's good. It's good. Holding for 15. Oh yeah, there's 15 down there. Hmm. Well, I see some volume at 090, but that's just kind of uh well, that's been there for a while, so I think we could see 090 in the 10. Now the E-mini did break out of that range there. Now we can see if they're going to break out of the that the overnight low or high. I think that's the overnight high. Okay, so they came back. They did sell there, and treasuries have not. Hmm.
Block sell.
Yeah, look at that. How is he took it out? Oh, this hasn't gone further. I don't know. That one looked to me like I should get out, and that one looks like the you get out, and then they continue further. Like the fake out. That looked like the fake out.
Has made a commitment to address the security issues. $3 billion security.
Well, I don't know, guys. Swisser told me to not listen to the voice, but the voice is selling now. Does that mean I need to get out now? 09.5 is not a bad price. I mean, there is that thing there. There's so much there at 15. It's been there for so long.
Low job growth that may not peak yet.
The big beast at 15 made me nervous. No, don't be. I don't know. It seems like well, this happened to me yesterday. This happened to me yesterday. Let's do. Yesterday, it did something like this. It came down and I saw a profile. The bottom of the profile is about 07 half 07. And it kind of stalled out here, kind of threatened to reverse, and so I took it off instead of holding for the bottom of the range. So let's not. I don't want to screw it up this time. There's a really good probability that we actually do get all the way down to the bottom of this part of the profile. So I need to hold it. Now this 095 is a tough price because that was the open. That was the regular session open. So if we start pushing below that, then we could maybe see selling really start to accelerate, but our probabilities below 09.5 are significantly diminished. And hence why you can see some buying there. The E-mini is still buying. They haven't broken the highs though. And these indicators are just getting a little bit more red. I find this indicator really useful, but it's not predictive at all, is it? It's kind of like if there's a change, you will see it before you see it here. It's kind of more of a confirmation that what you're seeing is right. Okay. Wait, did that? I'm not sure if that actually broke the high or yeah, no, it broke the high. It broke the high by a good 3 or 4 ticks. There's a decent amount offering at 0.95 now too.
More from Kudlu, Huawei doesn't have to spill into trade talks with China, saying it is a separate track from the current trade talks.
Good deal. Okay, ZB is setting up a level break now. You see it? At 17. I think though this is where I'm supposed to take one off.
Saying the Chinese car tariffs are growing rapidly. May give
That's good.
90 days. Trump may have more days in the
This is starting to look really positive in the E-mini. So we have some stuff to. They still got to make 2713. So it would be 2713 is the gap, right? Look at that, 10 at 04. They also left a big order at 14 when they traded down through it in the 5-year. And we're below the open price. That's really negative sign. Okay. Whoa. Well, now it's giving me a continuation signal right at the edge of the profile. So is it just going to bust right through the edge of the profile? Ooh. Okay.
Reuters deal with OPEC. Reuters source 1,000 barrels from OPEC delegate. Russia proposes to cut its output 2% from a
All right. Well, that was a really good long-term move for me, wasn't it? You know, like I saw one swing, and I saw the next swing, and I said, this swing is stalling out. It's not as high. We should move lower. And I was able to catch a good price and hold on to it for a long time and everything. Although I did take the first one off at like 09.5, didn't I? So orders placed. Oh, that one canceled. That one filled. So I did take it out 09.5. So there was actually 4 more in it. There may even be more. Even more. It might just go lower. Oh. Oh, because it's December 7th, of course. Hey, Yoda. Good morning. Why December 7th? The day that'll live in infamy. Come on, man. Yeah, it's kind of interesting that when they come down with that volume, well, not volume, momentum. When they come down with that kind of momentum, and there's a big order down there, I have found, well, for a long time. Oh, hold on. Good deal. I used to say, well, I don't actually know if it's going to go through it, so I should put my order at 16, 17, 18, or something like that. You know, get out just before it, and then see what happens, and then you can get back in like as it goes or something like that. But what I've found now is that
below the US deficit as the share of GDP will decline.
if there's momentum, and the market is showing liquidity seeking behavior like it did on this move down. It's moving down towards the liquidity, and it's doing so quite, it's just kind of falling and falling and falling. The chances are not only are they going to go through the big order, but they're going to go past it for 2 or 3 ticks.
Non-OPEC have agreed a 1.2 barrel per day total cut or to sign the agreement.
Because so many people, I mean, it's market dependent, of course, but in the current market, they've really been going for it, and it's always like there's this spot. Oh, I don't know if it's going to go past here, and it's always like, you know, if they didn't, they would like only trade a few contracts there, and then they'd come back up. But it's really interesting how often I've seen it go through places like that. Which
This time will be US University sentiment. The preliminary numbers for December is expected at 97.0 against a prior of 95. The range of 95.05. The conditions are 113.1 expected against a prior of 112.3. Well, the expectations 88.3 expected against a prior of 88.1. 1 year inflation has a prior of 2.8%, while the 5 year inflation or prior of 2.6. Well, beginning the US wholesale inventory. Well, final reading month expected 0.7%. Trade sales month to month prior of 0.2.
hmm. Anyways, it's like because there's so many people that want to go short here, that the market might say, hey, this would be enough to hold it, but because you get stops and all sorts of other crazy stuff, you have to go through it a little bit in order to balance out and move back up. Now, interestingly enough, they went through it and now they're reversing again, aren't they? I don't know if they're gonna make it past the RTH open again. There's definitely an iceberg selling at '09. I think that the evening's probably not done. But that was a significant move off of the highs, so if they do move to try and take out the 2713, they may have to base around here for a while. Hmm.
Picking up another tweet now from President Trump saying we'll be doing a major counter report to the Mueller report. Happened to President Larry Kudlow that Trump has indicated. Minutes now until we get the US sentiment again. The figure for December expected at 97.0 against a par of 95 as well. US wholesale increase for October, frightening reading from December expected prior. Or from Kudlow speaking of trade talks.
Well, it has ranged around this area quite a bit. I'm wondering if I could. I don't know if it's going to go short again or not. The thing I'm reading in the order flow right now, one, the absorption on the offer is higher, so there may be some people using this zone to get short for another move down.
Cut its qualify put by 2%.
It also seems like they're making it too easy / obvious to be moving out. Like, I would be tempted to buy 08.5 saying that they're breaking out. So like this would be a great place to go short. We do have, what is the news at 8 o'clock again? Consumer sentiment. Well, I don't think that I want to take a trade in ahead of that. I'm not seeing a ton of pulling, but I am seeing a little bit of pulling. Like there should be more at 09. Yeah.
The low economy does look solid, while the jobs report as well.
The jobs report was shit. I don't know what they're talking about. I guess it wasn't horrible, but it was 155 versus they wanted 198. They very much missed expectations. So
7.5 for the University of Michigan with inventories.
okay, it's actually higher than last time.
97.5, beating expected. Zero. To break down the current conditions, 6.1. 1-year inflation at 2.7%, while 5 to 10-year 2.4%. Wholesale inventories month to month 0.2%, meaning expected 0.7% on the month-on-month trade sales figure minus 0.2%, revised to 0.1%. On the breakdown as well, the stocks to sales ratio coming in at 1.28 months worth, or 1.27 months. From Goodlow saying that it looks like the Fed is coming to the same conclusion Trump. Intelligence advisor below. Looks like the Fed is coming to the same conclusion as President Trump.
I mean, yeah. Kinda
Good
seems
energy.
like, yeah.
Tweet from Walter Bloomberg, chatter on Twitter. The rumors that the Saudi King Salman is very ill and possibly dying.
Oh, well, that's good, right? I mean, it's not good, but obviously I don't like people dying, but he was the one that, you know, if he leaves and you get somebody new in Saudi Arabia, then a lot of your current foreign policy problems go away, don't they? Well, I mean, hopefully the next guy is good, but
Bit of equity news now. Information report.
I have zero question in my mind that the Crown Prince MBS ordered to kill.
oh, sorry. I was incorrect. The guy that they think ordered the killing of that journalist is the crown prince, which means that if the king dies and they're saying that he's in the hospital, then he becomes king. So that's a complete fucking mess, is what that is. Man. Not that couldn't be much worse, could it? I mean, 095 is kind of where I was thinking if I went short again, I would do it, but I don't know. It's a little. Is my dashboard messed up? Because seems like okay. Just worried that maybe we was missing something. Oh, we are. Yeah, sometimes the dashboard will die, and it won't update like how many people are watching it. So it still said that there was 5 people watching. I was like, well, that's really low for this time of day, but that's okay, I guess. So thank you guys for watching. I don't know, these kind of pullback kind of trades I really don't like. Because my impression is still lower.
Block by.
Whoa. What? So let me say that again. My impression is still down based on the theory that the E-mini S and that the E-mini wants to go to 2713. But you just had some sort of crazy stop run right there.
Tomorrow, sending Huawei arrest.
That 15K print there that was at 10, that is totally a short. But because we're at the VWAP and the point of control, I don't think that it's a good trade. It did happen because the E-mini moved down. Yoda was in that stop run. I'm sorry. Well, at least you were able to get out. This could go up another 4 or 6 points now, frankly, but I don't think I want to participate.
Top trend.
It's still really uncertain. Now I've noticed when it seems like really uncertain, that probably means that the actual trajectory is actually probably really certain. But Madman, do you have different settings on your DOM? I don't see a 15K print on mine, and I notice your prints are much bigger than mine. Yeah, that is a really good question, because you're not the only person that has said that. And I don't understand what's causing it. So the thing is, there was at 10 there was a 6K. What do you actually see? Should be at least 6K, right? So okay, yeah, he's showing me his. So it was 10 was where there was the most volume, and he shows 7, and then he shows 8 at 10 half. Okay, so first question is, who is your data provider? He has Rhythmic as well. And what do you have in your update interval prints at? Or sorry, clear trades timer interval. Okay. I don't know. Well, something's different, for sure. Something's different for sure. And we're both on the March contract, right? So just to explain those settings, because they are important actually. That should make a difference though. So the clear trades timer interval is basically, if you have a tick up, how long does it have to be for it to, if it ticks back down, how long does it have to be for it to reset that number down below? It makes sense, right? So like we're up here now. If we trade back, it reset this one because it had been longer than 2.5 seconds. That's what that clear trades timer interval means. John Grady actually sets his to be 10,000 milliseconds. So his is 10 seconds. It has to be 10 seconds before he takes it off. The update interval is how often the DOM actually updates things. So I have mine. Hold on.
on receiving. On off.
So that is how often, if you get volume in, how often will it actually show that change on your screen? So I have mine set to be 7 milliseconds, which is like the refresh rate on my monitor. The lower you set that, the more system intensive it is. And update interval prints is like the actual prints themselves. Anyways, so those two will affect like what things look like, but they don't actually affect the amount of volume that you're going to see at each price. So yeah, I don't know. They should look the same. And are you using the NinjaTrader bridge? Or are you getting it direct?
Block cell.
I'm getting it direct. Oh, the E-mini really came back there, didn't it? This move up has been a lot more aggressive too, so it's not the I don't, what does the P, S, and T and so forth on your DOM mean? I don't remember, to be honest. No, so the P's were pivots or swings. So it price turned around there. Though I put those on there so long ago. And the eyes were prices that were balanced. That there was balanced interest on both sides. That's why I put an I. So if I see like they don't put a whole lot on the bidder offer and it goes that particular price, it goes bid and offer many times, and then I'll put an I there. And generally speaking, I want to buy below that I and sell above that I. Like it's just an indication that like that's probably the middle of the range. And so if you're going to sell, you want to sell at the very least you want to sell at that price, if not above it. If you sell below that price, then you have a higher probability of it coming back on you. Yeah. Well, I'm really bothered by this because like 3 people have told me this now, and I don't know why it's showing what it is. And the prints that I saw yesterday, so what do you see there at 120? 53.28. What do you see at 120?
We're picking up pattern from Twitter.
Yeah.
Market tweeting that Trump is to
Block
extend the
buy.
90 days period for.
Do you have a reconstructed tape up? Do you see those orders on the reconstructed tape?
Pattern on via Russian market as a Trump to extend the 90 days period for the negotiations. Be on the lookout if we can get a wider source to the story.
Because my reconstructed tape says that was 4K of that at 12 was one order, and yours isn't even showing half of that. So that is not that can't be right. that definitely can't be right. I do, but again, where yours says 4,000, mine says 2,000. Okay. What, let's see here. Do we show it here? What version of Jigsaw are you using? So I'm using 2007. I wonder, is there...
Block by.
Where are they at? Well, man, they're just buying this, aren't they? Ah, okay. Maybe mine's wrong. Let me try updating. I did not realize that I was behind. 10 maintenance.
Block cell.
Okay, so 7. Patch for CQG instant change. Ninja Trader 8 / interactive brokers reporting incorrect order quantity. Aha. So I am wrong.
China trade talks tonight. They saying the US would move forward with tariffs. When asked whether the US could walk away if China tonight, the US would move.
Okay, so let's close down Jigsaw. It's interesting that it's still... Yeah, it still gave me mostly good information. But... obviously, that means that some of those, like those 30K ones that we saw yesterday, were actually not that. Is it running? There we go.
10 minutes time getting the weekly EIA nat gas storage chain expected to be a draw of 63 BCF against the prior draw.
I don't really need to mess with those ones. Okay, I guess I have to close the Ninja Trader too. Yes. Retry. Interesting that it took us that long to figure that out. So what else has he fixed? What else has he changed? I think other than that, it's fine. It's probably the only change. I don't know why I didn't update earlier. Well, I feel silly. I love Ace Trade's description of why December 7th. Well, we had a little dust up with the Japanese that day. A little dust up. Yeah, well, it doesn't look like I missed too much. Sometimes it doesn't line things up right. There we go.
So again, that the Fed is not responding to pressure from President Trump.
No, they're not. They're data dependent, guys. This thing with the Fed is kind of starting to frustrate me. Because when Powell got hawkish, he he always said we're data dependent. So like now he's dovish. He's saying the same thing that he said before.
Fed is responding not pressure.
I think that people read way too much into what the Fed president says because of freaking Twitter robots. Well, okay, so what's going on here in the 10-year? What's with... That's not right. So now I updated, and my DOM is screwed up. There we go. Okay, so now those numbers at 13. Oh, wait. I moved it to ZB. Oops. Okay, how about this one? 768 at 23. Does that look right? That happened because
Block cell.
OPEC source now that the staff
Okay.
facing the next OPEC meeting.
still double what he's seeing.
Block by.
I mean, I think that
Block
really
by.
was... I really think that was 3,500 contracts traded. I don't know what to say. I mean, just based on how much is at each price, that seems right to me. Why would it not? Maybe... Maybe it's that. Maybe I have it. Maybe I had the thing on there twice. I had two market analyzers. So let's wait. I don't know why I had two of those up. I think that was an accident. Oh no, you know why? I know why, because I had one was they were for the different contracts. Okay, how about there at 14? Was that 4,000? So that would explain why we've only seen it this week, because I have two market analyzer windows open so that I can see the different... Yeah. Okay. I fixed it. I will type, I will explain.
More energy news now. Interfax reporting that OPEC countries have agreed to lower the oil output 1.2 million barrels per day from October 2018 level. The deal extended by 6 months. It is similar to what we've heard earlier.
I'm gonna email Peter Davies with that.
For the Brexit news now, Guardian exclusive government planning to quit over the deal. Pro-Brexit government aides have told May that they're planning a series of resignations on Tuesday unless there are major changes to our deal, the Guardian has learned. Mike Wood, the parliamentary private secretary to the Trade Secretary Liam Fox, said he would quit his post, going to leave supporting backbenchers unless changes were made to the backstop. Turning over to German political news, Deborah Kohl tweeting that their hand runoff ballots successor at the CDU leadership should be named within the hour.
Oh. So all of that you just saw there in the E-mini was not it trading. Just so you know, that was NinjaTrader finally caught up, because I restarting, it had to reread all of the volume for the session, and so that particular window was lagged. That's why you saw what just happened there. Not a normal day in that respect. Anyways.
For 10 seconds now till we get that gas storage change. It's a draw of 63 BCF, a draw of 63 BCF as expected. Looking at the breakdown, that's the Salt Term Cavern was up 4, while the Midwest were down 24, Pacific down 1, East Nat Gas were down 26 BCF, while South Central were down 9.
Okay, I sent that to Pete. It'd be interesting to see what he says. He'll be like, well, I hope that didn't like screw you up or anything. And I'll be like, no, it was great. I made a lot of great trades while I was doing it, actually. I didn't really find the bridge through NinjaTrader very reliable, so I just connect directly. So I found that when it was like, when he first had it out, the first few versions had a little bit of iffy behavior, but they fixed that. So it is like, there is a slight bit of lag, but it's like, it's not significant. I mean, it's very what is the word that I'm looking for? Marginal. It doesn't really make a difference. But I do think it would be better. I mean, in the long run, I do think it's better to connect it directly in. But I like the charts. That is the honest truth, is that I just like the charts. Because I don't remember what price it's at, and I count. I need to know. Okay, last pivot was at 14, so on and so forth. Mm.
Stopgap spending bill.
I'm a little embarrassed because for the past 3 days I've been going like, what the fuck? Oh my gosh, there's so much volume. Oh my gosh, freaking out like every 5 minutes. And now we find out that it was actually because of a mistake that I made in how I set up the Ninja Trader 8 bridge. That is embarrassing. Holy crap, guys. You better like never let me live that one down, because that is fucking embarrassing. To be fair, there's been pretty tremendous volume. It's true. It has been crazy. Yesterday was crazy. Even if you take half of what I saw, that's still pretty crazy. But I don't know if that ends up becoming the craziest I've ever seen. But it's pretty crazy. If those things are half, I think that it still makes me. I think February. So in February, there was such a strong move up that the robots pulled their liquidity. So there was still a lot of volume going through on the instrument, but there was only like I'm talking like in the 10-year, they were only putting up like 1,000. And it returned later in the day, but at the beginning of the day there was no volume, and
Great oil minister.
that was crazy. And I was just trading like a one lot for like 2 to 4 ticks on the 10-year, and I just kept taking it back and forth, and woo, wow, it was crazy. I did pretty good during that time. So what do you mean by e-filters? The E-mini is looking pretty ugly. Although it's interesting that treasuries are not as high. That is big. What is this? Look at that. Should I be going short? I think I should be going short. I'm wondering, you know, when we had that move back up and we had that kind of stop run around, I think it was 10 or 11, you know, and then it turned into a buying opportunity, and now they're actually, you know, we came back down and pivoted and up, and now we're back down again already. So you can kind of see it, but even though there's a little cut, it's up, down, up, and now maybe down. And that is lower than that. And you're getting this thing over here in the 5-year. So treasuries are giving me some signals that maybe we should be going short, especially in the 5-year. And yet the E-mini just busted lows. Does that mean you should be buying the E-mini here? Oh yeah, charts are currently in development at Jigsaw. Yes, Pete told me that. And he asked for some feedback about, like, you know, things like the VWAP and stuff like that. I don't know if, well, I don't know. The way that I've traded has kind of changed a little bit since then. I could probably use these, you know, like I count 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, you know. Then at that point, the only thing that I would really need is the volume profile charts, right? You know what the deal here is that this, I need to just get rid of that and remove the volume profile, my column, because that's going to be super. Do you like footprint charts? If Jigsaw had a footprint chart, I'd love it. Yeah, I mean, I really wish that there was some combination of the Vista chart and a footprint chart. You know what I mean? Like I wish that there was something that would tell me, okay, like, not only was this how much traded here and how much traded here, but this is also what the level 2 looked like at that time. And it would actually show me numbers instead of just colors, you know? I would really like that. And then I don't think that I would need anything else. But as it stands right now, footprint chart alone isn't enough because I would like to see like, this order hasn't been there forever. This only showed up here. They actually traded up through it and then it moved up to here. And now we've come back down. That could be some spreading activity. That's pretty big. Problem though is I don't necessarily see the other side of it. Easily done. Yeah. Now that Jigsaw has some of their order flow tools in there, I think you probably could make a chart that's kind of like what I was describing, but I would like to filter size on a footprint chart with Jigsaw's CME filtering algo. Yes, I get what you're saying, yeah. To be able to say, only show me the footprint of orders larger than 1,000. Lots larger than 1,000. Well, the short is starting to pan out, but I just, I missed that opportunity. I'm not so sure if I had really been paying attention and had everything in order if I really would have taken that anyways, though, just because the E-mini's breaking lows, like, I don't know. The E-mini could just keep doing this crazy nonsense, I should run my Bitcoin charts. It is getting about time for me to leave. It's also I also don't like taking trades after 8:30 because I have to leave. And nothing sucks more than being in a trade when you're running and then ending up running late and the trade was a loser anyways. That's the worst. That's the worst one. Is like being late to work. Well, not late. I'm never late. I think I've been late like once, but running behind, let's say, for work, and having that last trade that you waited for be a loser, kill me. It's terrible. Yeah. Pete already responded back to me once. He said, oh yeah, that should be fixed. And then I explained to him, well, I changed versions and I did this in this version and this is how I duplicated it. So I think he's probably trying it right now. Okay, let's see what we got here. I'm really interested to see what Bitcoin Cash is today, because they had pretty ugly move yesterday. Oh, okay, so we are much lower now. What is the exact number?
From the Iraqi oil minister, Iraq will cut around.
Block buy.
From the Iraq oil minister, Saudi already cut by 500,000 barrels per day, so cut 200,000 barrels. Russia to barrels per day. Iraq will Arabia's to about 200. Comments out of OPEC saying the oil supply in 2019 is above the global demand needs. From OPEC saying 800,000 barrel per day cut from October 18.
76. So we're almost there in Bitcoin actually. I think it might go a little bit lower than 50, but I think maybe 2,000 could be in the cards. Pete is awesome. He spent 30 minutes chatting with me trying to solve a problem I was having. Yeah. I tell you what, the thing that amazes me the most about the trading community is how accessible people are. Like, you send an email to John Grady, he responds that day. You send an email to Peter Davies, he responds that day. Like, and they're really helpful. Like I think that these guys understand, like, they've been through it. They know what you're going through, and they want to be helpful, and I think that they want to that they're interested in the community, you know, because one of the problems that traders have had in the past is one of the problems that we've had in the past in the community is that too many of the people that end up becoming prominent just want to take everyone's money. But I think that here you have a case where, you know, he's doing just fine with what he's got. He doesn't need to screw you over or anything, you know? Yeah, I definitely missed an opportunity there, but I mean, I'm positive after all of that anyways. Even if you take out that one, I think I put it on a different account actually, but so it's good. For a day that I really probably, I mean, if I was on a live account, I probably wouldn't have traded it at all.
Noting uncertainty.
But yeah, it's good stuff. All right, so I will see you guys next week. Gonna play a lot of Super Smash Brothers over the weekend. I'll put my friend code in off topic, so if you guys got that, like, add me or something. I need to buy the dongle too. I'll play it online. I don't know if it's worth playing online, but we'll see. Maybe I'm like terrible at it and I'll just go back to Soul Calibur. Anyways, so check that out. The off topic channel. And yeah, it should be interesting next week. I think we still tend to have okay trading the second week, so I don't think it will be nearly as volatile, but we'll see. Well, it really depends on where we end up today. Really depends on where we end up today, because you know, if today ends up being a green day, and it could, especially if they end above 27.13, that would be really positive. But they may try to keep things vague still, so we'll see. All right, anyways, I will let you guys go. I will see you